Hi guys, my name is Vanessa, and this is my second video contributing to the Black Girl Nerds YouTube channel. And I'm just going to be here telling you guys what comic books I have read, what I've enjoyed, what I didn't like. But this video, I am coming at you guys with Monstress by Marjorie Liu. And I have to say that I love this. I love Monstress. And if any of you guys, if any of you guys haven't read this, I highly suggest you read this, especially if you're really into fantasy, because my reading roots are in fantasy, in dark fantasy. It's what started me reading, it's what started me writing. I love fantasy, and what I love mostly about fantasy is the world building, and the world building that you get in the first issue of Monstress is phenomenal, because not only is the reader left wanting more, this is a pretty thick first issue. It's a pretty thick issue. This is one issue, and it's about 3 times the size of a regular issue. And I think that was a smart move, considering how much world building goes on here. And it's just enough to make a reader, when they get to the end, be like, okay, I need the second one. And I bought the first and second and third all at the same time because I just saw it and I wanted something new. So this is the first issue. This is the second issue, third issue. And I had just recently read the fourth, and this one came out on March 16th. This fantasy world is ridiculous. There's like witch nuns, there's like a class struggle going on, there's a war, there are these ancient god things, and I'm just in love with it. So Monstress is about Monstress is about a young girl, a young woman who has this she has like this psychic bond with this monster within her. And the premise of the story is her finding out what this thing is, how it's changing her, because it is changing her. And she wants to get rid of it. And throughout all of the issues, she's finding that getting rid of it is harder than she thought, and whether she should get rid of it is a whole nother question. And within this story, there's a larger story, a cultural story of what's going on between the two warring cultures, between the humans and, I believe, the magical creatures. And there's gods, there's ancient beings, there's all of these fantastic things, and it's all set in an alternate 1900s, like an early 1900s in Asia. So it's an alternate world with fantastical beings, and there's horrifying happenings going on. There's slave trade, there is witch nuns that do horrible things to people, and this is actually pretty bloody. So if you don't like gore, then I don't recommend reading this. But it's not too graphic. I'm always cautious with graphic images because I myself get queasy, but I usually power through it. But when recommending this to other people, I usually just like to give that warning, like, oh, this is pretty graphic. But it's not like, you don't really, I don't believe you see things like intestines and stuff. It's a lot of, I lied. There's an intestine there. But it's not bad. And the art is very, very good. Sana Takade, her art style is beautiful. It's gorgeous. So I highly recommend reading Monstress. And I believe the fifth issue comes out next month, and I'm probably gonna get that as well because I'm hooked. And the fourth one I read a couple days ago, and it messed me up. This is emotionally taxing, but I love it. It's the best kind of emotionally taxing. So I give Monstress 2 thumbs up because I love the art. I love the world building that happens. I want to know more, which I think is super important for any story, really, with novels, with graphic novels, with comics. Like it's super important that the reader wants to know more. If it's a boring story, like it's not going to gain traction. But this, I think, because there's so much happening, it has that kind of snowball effect, like, oh, I learned this, but I need to learn more kind of thing. So I really recommend Monstress. And if you guys are like ever in your local comic book store and you see Monstress, just pick it up. Pick it up. But it is graphic. So if you don't like blood and gore, then I think you should open it when you're at the store, look at it and see if you can handle it, and then if you can't, you tried. But I think that the story is worth it. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Black Girl Nerds YouTube channel for more blurty content. For more Black Girl Nerds, also check out our social media sites because there's lots of good things happening there. For more from me, you can always follow my Twitter at OMGIX3U. And I'm usually there talking about comics, K-pop, and just college life in general. If there's comics you guys want me to check out, just don't hesitate to put it in the comment section below. And then I will read it and we can talk about it and it'll be great. So I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget, I really like this. I really like Monstress. So, bye guys.